You are welcome in the second part of History of DNA, the Coil of Life. On the last time we had discussed that after hydrolysis of DNA, three types of molecules are obtained. One, 2-deoxyribose sugar, then second, phosphoric acid, and third, two types of nitrogenous bases and purine and pyrimidine. But how these are arranged in DNA molecule was a mystery for a pretty long time. Only one person was there in all over world, Maurice Wilkins, an American scientist, along with his associate lady Rosalind Franklin. They had the technique of isolating DNA crystal and studying the crystal structure of DNA by X-ray diffraction pattern. And Watson and Crick were also interested in learning this technique. They also tried it, but it was in vain. Watson knew that whosoever will discover this technique will get a Nobel Prize. Luckily, Maurice Wilkins' son visited the same department of Watson and Crick and became a friend of Watson. At that time, after analyzing all the analysis of X-ray diffraction pattern, Maurice Wilkins reached the conclusion and wrote a paper for publication in Nature magazine, DNA as a triple helix. At that time, Maurice Wilkins' son had gone to his residence. When the typist was typing the letter, the son asked, "Uncle, what is this paper?" The typist said that, "Well, it is your father's article about DNA. So please give me one copy of this." And by the way, he asked for this, took it in his bag. Second day, he came in Oxford University, London, met James D. Watson. James D. Watson asked that, "Well, you had been to your hometown. Have you brought some eatables, cake or something else?" He said, "No, I have not brought anything. I have just brought one article of my father. If you are interested, you can see it." Maurice Wilkins' son was not knowing the complete history. James D. Watson studied that article. Just after 10 minutes, he analyzed that there was one mistake in the interpretation. And he could visualize that just after a week, when it will be published and circulated all over in world, either Maurice Wilkins himself or any other scientist of the world will find out this mistake. Then, by the way, James D. Watson thought, if this is incorrect, what is the correct option? And just by the way, he thought, if we consider DNA as a double helix, then all the mathematical calculations were okay. And Watson and Crick reached on the conclusion that DNA is a double helix. They wrote a research paper, sent immediately to the Nature magazine for publication. In Nature magazine, both papers have been published in just as a mirror image. This side, Maurice Wilkins' paper, DNA as a triple helix, and on this side, DNA double helix paper by James Watson and F.S.C. Crick. And all over world it was recognized, and all the three obtained the Nobel Prize in 1962. Then let us see what were the important points of Watson and Crick model. Watson and Crick said that, like a spiral ladder, there are two helices, and each helix is made up of alternate arrangement of deoxyribose sugar and phosphoric acid, and they are bound by 3,5 phosphodiester linkage. You can see here, one of the deoxyribose sugar, the 3 carbon has an OH, Phosphoric acid also have an OH on this side, OH on this side. There is a law that whenever two OH group come together, one water molecule is eliminated. Here also the another OH of the phosphoric acid became very close to OH attached with the carbon number 5 of another deoxyribose sugar. Here also one water was eliminated. Only O remained as such. It is an ester linkage. So it is an ester linkage with 3 number carbon and here with the 5 number carbon. So it is called 3,5 phosphodiester linkage. Second thing was a combination of nitrogenous base and a sugar is called a nucleoside. Combination of nitrogenous base, sugar and a phosphate is called nucleotide. Actually, both helices of DNA are polynucleotide, in which many nucleotide molecules are attached with each other by this 3,5 phosphodiester bond. Second interesting point was distance between a period of identity. It makes a one spiral, so the distance in between two turns is always constant, 34 angstrom. The two strands are anti-parallel, like the highway road in which there is in the middle there is a divider, and direction of traffic on both roads is just opposite. Here also you can see that the direction of sugar and phosphate is 3 to 5 dash end, and here the direction is just opposite. So this arrangement is called anti-parallel arrangement. And the two helices are attached with each other by nitrogenous bases. If nitrogenous bases, which were of two types, purine and pyrimidine. If there is two pyrimidine together, the distance will become less than 10 angstrom. If there is two purine, the distance will become more than 10 angstrom. In DNA, it has been found that the distance is always kept constant, 10 angstrom. For this, Watson and Crick suggested that it can be possible only if there is a purine, it will attach with a pyrimidine. If there is a pyrimidine, it will attach with a purine. And here also it was found that adenine always attaches with thymine by 2 hydrogen bonds. Guanine also attaches with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. One more point. There is a property that whenever hydrogen atom is present in between two strongly electronegative groups, it makes a hydrogen bond. Here also hydrogen bonds are formed in between adenine and thymine. There are 2 hydrogen bonds, you can see here. One hydrogen attached with the NH2 attached with this carbon number 6 makes a hydrogen bond with oxygen atom attached with carbon number 6 of thymine. Secondly, nitrogen of adenine at carbon number 1 position attaches with hydrogen attached with nitrogen of the thymine by a hydrogen bond. Similarly, in guanine and cytosine also, the oxygen atom present with carbon number 6 of guanine makes a hydrogen bond with hydrogen of NH2 group attached with carbon number 6 of the cytosine. Similarly here, the nitrogen atom of 1 number attached hydrogen makes a hydrogen bond with nitrogen of the cytosine. Third, the 1 hydrogen of the NH2 group attached with the carbon number 2 makes a hydrogen bond with oxygen atom attached with carbon number 2. So there are 3 hydrogen bonds. So this could explain all the properties of DNA as the genetic material and the hereditary material. It could also explain the heredity, because different characters are due to different types of proteins, which are made up of 20 types of amino acids attached in a definite sequence. The arrangement of these nitrogenous bases in this DNA, a group of 3 N bases called a triplet code or genetic code, was responsible for identifying one amino acid. So this could explain the different characters also by the genes made up of this DNA. So this was one of the researches of last 70 years in the world, which changed the total biological science and medical science. Thank you very much.